just got our berry baskets. So I'm going to measure out the berries we have into quarter or half pound. I think we can do half pound in each one of the baskets. And that'll make it easier for us when we're cooking to just grab the proper number of berries. Half pound. That is 1 pound of berries. And then, yeah, scale. It's all set so that the berry basket brings it to 0. And then you don't have to do any manual math.
So you were able to tell it, like program it, how much the basket won?
Yeah, there's a tar. I don't know how to pronounce it because I've never heard it spoken, but the T-A-R-E. Mm-hmm. You just hit that whenever's on there you want to be 0, you just tap it and brings it to 0.
And I'm about to hopefully harvest a couple more. Got jars.
Get some cute little jars with spoons for when we make ketchups and stuff. So
not for the jams, just for other stuff.
Well, it depends. If we're making the jams to just immediately consume, then these are fine. If we want to like do a full sterilization of the jams, then we should not use these.
Full sterilization sounds like a good idea. What does that entail?
We boil the jars, then we pour the jam as it's finishing into the hot jars, and then we boil them again with the caps on.
Yeah, that sounds like a better, healthier option.
And that way, technically freezer for a while, but fridge for like 6 months if we do it properly. We also have gloves that we'll have to wear because you at least can't touch the inside of the jar or in the inside of the cap as you're doing this. They need to all go together without you touching anything that's going to be on the inside because that transfers oils and bacteria, and you're basically making a giant petri dish with the sugar that's in there. So
fair.
We got jars for when we make our homemade ketchup and tartar sauces. And if we just want to make a little strawberry jam, then that would be fine because that's gonna go fast. I'm gonna measure out our ingredients preliminarily.
So these are the blackberries that we got out of our garden.
Yes.
We did not grow that lemon. One day.
They're large. I need 6 ounces of sugar. Now I did not. Side note before we start. Mm-hmm. The recipe said 6 ounces of sugar, and I'm just like, oh, that doesn't sound like too much. That's how much sugar that is.
6 ounces.
That's 6 ounces of sugar.
Okay, so
an entire drinking glass of sugar is 6 ounces.
Well then.
You think 6 ounces. Because, if someone said, oh, we have a 6 ounce steak, I'd be like, you're ripping me the fuck off.
Right.
Come back with 1.5 pounds. But, yeah, that's... So, today we're going to make some jam. We have a blackberry bush, which has been rather prolific in its berrydom this year. We've never had so many berries. So, we've got a little over 1 pound of berries. We've got 6 ounces of sugar. And we're going to use half this lemon. And we are going to make our own homemade jam today in this kitchen. Stay tuned.
So,
it's very simple what we're going to do. We're just going to throw everything in here and mash it together. So let's do that thing. Mm-hmm. Boop. We're going to go low-medium heat to start. We're just going to mash everything. We're going to do the berry mash. It's a graveyard smash.
Smushy.
These are all rinsed, so...
Yeah, that was my other question.
When you make blackberry jam, it comes out a little red. This really isn't a lot of red. All of these are very ripe.
Fantastic.
Look at that. We're already...
jamming.
Yeah, we're
being a jam band.
We're just a band of jams. We haven't even added anything yet. This is just the pure berry.
Mm-hmm. Smells good, too. Alright, so what do we add?
Alright.
And can I do it?
You want to keep mashing?
Do
you want to add the sugar?
Yeah.
Just pour it in as I'm mashing.
Like a little bit at a time, or
just pour it around so it infuses. You can't have anything be grainy, so keep pouring. Keep pouring. Yeah.
I gotta get some before I like do the do, you know.
And then just,
And that's it?
yep.
That's it.
Hey, why?
I don't know. What was that alarm for?
I think it just hit 1 minute plus. Oh, I have multiple timers going. I set off timers in my pocket.
Oh no.
Who's it?
You're right on time.
Apparently I'd started a sourdough timer.
Oh.
Alright.
That was before.
No, it was in my pocket. I think I just hit, because all my timers are in a row, so I just hit play on a lot of them.
Mm.
So. Lemon juice.
Squeezy.
And a lot of, to get the solidness of the jam afterwards, a lot of recipes will have you throw in something called pectin. But alternatively, just let it cook with the peels in, and then pick the peels out before you bottle it.
Did we take the label off?
Yes, I did.
Okay. It's worth asking.
Get all the juice out, and then just let the rind be in there. Might get in the way of your mashing, but it's gonna
Be delicious.
it's gonna add the firmness to the jelly process. We crank it on to high heat for 5 minutes. We're trying to get a roiling boil going, and once that starts, we gotta just let it go for 5 minutes without stirring.
Boiling, boiling, boiling. Get my close-ups.
Oh, look at that! It's already going.
It's going.
See, at this point, you can stir it. Once it gets the boil that you want, you have to stop stirring it, and it's going to create a foam on top that we're going to remove before letting it cool.
And I'd say you either start with a wooden spoon or a silicone spatula.
Yes, you don't want to use.
Something metallic.
Yeah. Luckily, I like my wooden spoons, so look at that.
That is nice.
It's already looking good. We're gonna get a good batch. So we're just gonna let this go for another 4 minutes.
Just gonna stare at it for that?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I think we should do something else.
No, we stare.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
We have to make sure it doesn't overboil, otherwise we'll never get that sticky shit off.
It's true. The thing about watch pot never boiling, that's not true at all.
That's not how physics work. Neil deGrasse Tyson would come and be like, "Oh, wash pot will actually boil at the same rate as an unwashed pot."
I mean, I know it's about perspective, but
Yeah.
like science says.
Well, here's the thing. Science also says that anything that's observed will change. So observing something does change it.
Well, not necessarily that it changes it, that you are observing that it will change because everything is always changing.
If you observe an atom's velocity, then you can't measure two of its factors at the same time. I forget exactly the thing.
Should we look it up and then put it in the description?
If we're recording this, we should. But like,
are.
there are two comments on different things. A watch pot never boils, and the fact that looking at something subatomically, you can only observe one of its properties at a time without changing the other one. These are different things that speak to different things. I just think it's interesting that science has these two different.
Mm-hmm.
I was just trying to get a dunk on Neil deGrasse Tyson, and I became an unnatural like right off the bat.
And I love you. You pretentious weirdo, I love you so much.
Lemon butt.
Lemon butt.
Lemon butt.
Lemon butt.
I'm a serious professional. I do things and people pay me for them. Lemon butt. 2 more minutes of boil. I will have to test the temperature. Where is my temperature gauge? There it is.
Thermometer?
Yes. Is it temperature gauge and thermometer? Yes, they're both correct. I'm not wrong. No.
I was wondering if like it was a different
No, thermometer.
thing.
I got another minute on this, but I do know we need to reach 105. Apparently it's there. So we should be good.
It has a fever. Our jam has a fever.
You do want to get a consistent 105 degrees to make sure that when it cools it jellies properly.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's 5 minutes. Yeah.
There's some. Oh.
I'm gonna get the lemons out. And we're gonna have to skim the foam. When I get the foam off.
How many peels were in?
4.
That's good to keep track of.
Yeah, just keep track of how many peels you have in there. They should be the yellow pieces.
Hypothetically.
Got some of the center pieces. Some of the center pieces I'm seeing in there, which we can pluck out of the jam. So those, I don't know if you can see it, the long piece there.
Oh. The spine is not the right term either. But
Yeah, you're not wrong.
berries don't have spines.
But if we can get those pieces out, that'd be good too, because then we won't be surprised. Just trying to get the berry spines out, like you said.
Mm-hmm. The spines. I'm sorry that I said that.
Why?
Because it's gross.
It's an accurate representation of what's going on.
You a happy dog?
That came out deep.
Roxy is still tuckered.
Alright,
Alright.
look at that. Now we're still letting this cool for a couple minutes. I just want to show you, like, ooh. It's looking good. Looks like a murder.
Yay, murder.
So, we'll come back, and then we'll put it in its more permanent container. I think one of these.
Yeah.
We're not doing the full jarring today. We're just going to see if we have the process down before we do the whole boil the jars thing.
Yeah.
Which will be another video in the future. Maybe with strawberry jam when we have strawberry plants.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we'll come back. You're going in the fridge. Let's transfer this to this, but we don't have any really big...
Funnel?
Yes.
So good luck.
It's trying to set already, so this should come out good. It's not going to be...
I feel like we had a funnel once.
We may have. We'll be able to test this on some bread till later. Because it does have to full set.
How long should that take?
I don't know. I have to double check. Because just letting it set is like the last thing. So you just like don't do anything.
Yeah. You let it hang out.
And typically this is part of the jarring process. So you have to like do a boil, pour it in, do another boil, and then let it out. So yeah, look at that. Look at that. That is our first attempt at blackberry jam. And we only made a little bit of a mess. Just a teeny tiny mess. So it looks like 1 pound of berries is about 2 cups of jam. We're still waiting for it to fully set. It can go in the fridge as soon as it hits room temperature, and that'll help it set even more. But you don't want to throw hot things right in the fridge because it creates a hot core where bacteria grows. So, we have some sourdough that I also made today, and it's going to set more once it's in the fridge, but it is like a jam consistency. So we're going to, that's a little watery, but we're going to try our jam. Would you like one?
I would.
Which one would you like?
Whichever smaller for I'm smaller.
We'll do that to start.
Yeah.
Alright. Hope we don't die.
Okay.
I'm not gonna die. That's really good. Full disclosure, never been a huge fan of blackberries. These are really good.
Apparently easier to grow though.
Yeah. Because it's got the sweetness and the tartness.
Mm-hmm. And now we know we can make it.
Successful jam. Good job. Oh, yeah. Cheers. Fist bump me. You can't leave me hanging. We're married.
The vows.
And the bread, despite not rising as much as I like, is fluffy enough.
Mm-hmm.
And you're concerned about this bread because it came out so ugly.
That's so weird. Oh.
Bread on the inside, and that's where it counts.
Rock on.
Right on. There's a fly. On my tray. Where did you go?
Rob had Roxy running around.
So now she's kind of tuckered.
I'm gonna get you. Oh, I'm gonna get you. Come out. Yeah, fine. I almost got him. Felt him.
I'm gonna pet the dog.
Tuckered.
Pet the
He's
dog.
all tuckered.